Here with Coach quarterback Carson Wentz. Here we go, man. Week 7 of the NFL season. Prime time again, coming off a nice win, by far your best win of the season last week against the Texans. Give me your thoughts as you approach this important week for this team, but also a chance to try to put together a winning streak.
Yeah, huge win like you said last week, and hopefully continue that trend this week against a good team on Sunday Night Football in primetime again here. On the road, it's going to be always a tough environment to travel and play late at night, all that stuff. But it's a big week for us, a big week to kind of keep going in the right direction, keep trending in the right direction, and go out and show what we can do again on primetime.
I remember what you told us just last week on Wednesday here about what you said to the football team after the Baltimore game. Killer instinct, as you said. And boy, was that evident last week against the Texans.
Yeah, I just thought it was awesome in all three phases how we just finished that game. Obviously, we got up and we had a lead, and we didn't stop. We didn't rest. The defense was still creating turnovers and playing their tails off. Special teams was dialed in, and offensively we were able to kind of run that ball late in the game and just establish who we are.
You are playing some really good football. Just earlier this week, Pro Football Focus announced that Carson Wentz was their Offensive Player of the Week, the highest graded player, that is, when it comes to Week 6. What has been the difference about your play right now?
Yeah, I think just every week, just for me, for this offense, we're all just getting more confident in who we are, continuing to figure out our identity and our chemistry. And Coach has been calling some awesome games, and just the way he's keeping defenses off balance with the screen game, the run game, the play actions, RPOs, all that fun stuff, and we love it.
And for you, this is just amazing too. 1 interception through 6 games. It's not like you're not throwing the ball. I mean, you're throwing the ball. How important was that for you going into the season to be careful with turnovers and take care of the football?
Yeah, I always try and pride myself on being diligent with the football. I try and be aggressive, but be smart. It's always that fine line. And so definitely something that coaches have continued to emphasize around here, not just with interceptions, but protecting the football when you're a ball carrier, and they just emphasize the heck out of it around here. And it allows us to really be cognizant of that and be disciplined and be smart and take care of the ball.
Colts fans, like NFL fans, they love when you throw the deep ball. You guys have been great this year with that. Over, 6 passes, over 40 yards or more. We saw what happened last week against the Texans. Do you love that most about your game in this offense right now?
Probably. I love, like I just mentioned, just how coached and how creative our offensive coaches are, and how coach calls it and keeps defenses off balance and all of that stuff. But yes, I without a doubt love taking shots, especially when you got the talent we have at receiver and the guys that can roll down the field. Being aggressive, it makes, when you can hit those, momentum is huge. Teams rally around that. The defense, you see Darius running down the sideline when we create big plays, dancing, and teams really, the whole team really feeds off that. So it's definitely a fun part of what we do.
I want to ask you about T.Y. Hilton. He said whenever he's getting balls from this guy here, from Carson, he's got to run. You got to run because if the ball's going to get there. How special was it to have T.Y. back last week? And boys, he opened things up for this offense.
Yeah, he's a huge part of what we can do offensively. And obviously, I've only had so many reps with him just through camp, obviously, and different things. Just haven't had a lot of reps. So it was fun to finally get out there and play a game with him and just see kind of what he brings and the element he brings that's different to this offense. And then also, a lot of people don't see behind the scenes the leader he is in the locker room, just how awesome he is to be around the guys and everything. So it's been fun to have him back out there.
All right, so you guys are getting ready to take on the 49ers, a team that's had some up and downs. But look, we know it's still early in the season. They're coming off a bye week. Got a great defense. The environment's going to be hostile. Give me your thoughts on this 49ers team.
Yeah, it's a good team. It's a good team. The record doesn't mean anything. We're right there too. So it's a good team. They play fast. I've had a lot of respect for this defense over the years. I've played them a handful of times. They fly around. Fred Warner in the middle. He's a guy you got to just be on the lookout for. Their DNs are impressive pass rushers. So it's a good team, good disciplined defense. But it's also one of those defenses they're going to line up and do what they do. So for us, it's going to be the same thing. Line up and do what we do, and see where the chips fall.
Have some fun here with Carson real quick, because these fans, they want to know more about number 2. So I got to ask you this: if there's 3 people that you could have dinner with, who would they be?
Oh, on the spot, huh? Do they got to be alive?
Dead or alive?
Well, for one, Jesus. I'd probably go all biblical characters, to be honest. Jesus, King David would be pretty cool, and Moses. Those are 3 of the biggest ones. I would love to talk with some of those prophets in the Old Testament and see what the heck they had to endure. But those would be the three that would jump to mind right away.
Okay, and we do this every week, folks. We have an update on his foundation, AO1 Foundation, and we know last week the star of the game, how about this, was his biggest fan, Giovanni, hanging out, getting a chance to see this guy, and of course those Colts fans, and watch the Colts get a victory. And seeing him there and you interacting with him, if anybody wants to know about your foundation, that was on full display of what we saw last week with Giovanni in town, right?
Yeah, I think just seeing Gio come to town, I obviously only got to see him for a short minute there, but I got videos and pictures and updates all weekend of what he and his family were up to, and I could just see the joy and the excitement they had. And I know the whole state and everybody here in Indy took care of him too, and I know they had a great time.
And that's what your foundation's all about, right?
Absolutely. We want people to know that they're valued, and that they can keep pushing through whatever hardships they're going through. And a kid like Gio, I've mentioned it before, but I mean, he inspires me. So I know he always says I inspire him, but kids like that inspire me to keep being the best man I can be, and it's cool to see that relationship continue to go as we go. All
right, Carson, love what you're doing, man. On the field also as well, off the field as well. And good luck on Sundays. You guys get set to take on the 49ers in prime time. We'll see if the Colts can get a winning streak going.